Hello, hi, Assalamualaikum. Good morning, everyone. My name is Fatina Bila. Today I'm going to be a presenter for our Can you guys see my screen? Okay. For today's topic is customizing hotspot with UserManager and external radius server. Okay, so first of all, what is the hotspot? Hotspot is a physical location where people may obtain internet access, typically using Wi-Fi technology via wireless local area network, which is WLAN, using a router connected to an internet service provider, ISP. So, where can you have a hotspot? Usually, we have a hotspot in airports, bookstore, coffee shop and restaurant, school and universities, hotels, and also department stores. Okay, so why do you need the hotspot? Hotspot is to provide internet access for your guests or users as a monetization platform, as a marketing platform to control user usage and also to for data collection. Okay. So this is the hotspot features where we have a option between using the built-in hotspot gateway, which is a user manager or external radius server. uh, Different authentication method, landing page customization, wall garden system, and different user profiling. Okay, so this is how to set up the MikroTik hotspot. This is the simplest way is to run the hotspot setup. First, we go to IT. The first thing is you need to download the Winbox to access into the MikroTik. So in the Winbox, we will see the IP module at the left side. So and then we will see the hotspot. uh, After we click on the hotspot, we will see the server and then click on hotspot setup. So this is to create the hotspot. Okay. For hotspot parameters, we have hotspot interface, gateway IP and DHCP pool, SSL certificate, DNS name, DNS server, SMTP server, and also local hotspots user. Okay, to create the server profile, same, we still under the hotspot module. We click on the server profile and click on add. To create the server profile, usually we will input the hotspot address and also the DNS name, and then click on apply and then OK. To create the user, go to user and click on add new and then create the new. For the set the name and password and then set the profile. After that, to create the hotspot user profile, go to user profile and then click go to add plus sign and then fill in all the input box. Fill in the name, session timeout, idle timeout, keep alive timeout. Usually for the status auto flash, it will auto configuration. And for the shared user Mac cookie timeout, you need to enable the Mac cookie, and then you can just go click on apply and OK. Okay, for the active active host IP binding here. Active is for authenticate the user. For host, for non-authenticate user. IP binding is to bypass user MAC or IP. Oh, all right. Okay, so we do have a question. Can do LDAP authentication for the Winbox only available in Windows. Okay. For Winbox, you can download. It's available on Windows. Also Mac. For Linux, let me check first. And then once I got a confirmation, I will let you know. Okay. Alright, for cookies, it's a Mac cookies list. And walled garden is to bypass the URL, domain, or IP. Okay, and then we go through MikroTik User Manager. Management, okay. For management system for hotspot users, ready server, and to separate the package for router OS. Okay, this is the basic topology for how hotspot works. From the one connection, and then we go through the MikroTik router OS, and then go to user manager. So this is the basic topology for for hotspot. Okay, MikroTik user manager requirements. Same. Firstly is same router OS and user manager version package, router OS architecture, which is we have MIP SLE, MIP SBE, type, VPC, and the routers and also the CHR device. For the it is minimum required minimum 32 MB for RAM, and for HDD is 2 MB. Okay, how to getting started for the user manager, and then for once you download the Winbox, you need to download the user manager package in MikroTik's website under the extra package from and then you need to download the user manager package and then install and by uploading the package into the router, and then you need to reboot the router. After that, you can create the admin by terminal. This is the uh, this is the configuration, the command line to create the admin. So if you don't want to install the Winbox, you can go to web browser by using web browser. So this is the interface for web browser, web interface. So you can just directly log in and also log in. Okay, so from here you can see the creating to create the customer by using user manager admin. You go to customer and then click on add, and then you create the admin rules, and this is the access limitation for the admin. So you can just click which role that you want to add it. Okay, for users is to authentication to internet. So you go to users and click on add. We can add by one by one or by batch. By batch means that you can add 10 directly simultaneously. So here are the admin, number of users. So and then create user profile. Okay, this is a sample voucher. Okay, to add the routers for radius authentication and accounting, we go to routers and click on add, and then just create the router details for the IP address, shared secret, and for time zone, and then tick for the log event. Okay, to set the user profile, click on profile and then go to limitation, add limitation. This one is to set the limitation for the bandwidth of user. So this one we can from limitation we can control the user time, quota, and also speed usage. Okay. This one we can do by based on the profile that we create. Okay, for other settings, this one we can customize user manager and go to the style. We can from template we can customize the voucher. For payment gateway, we can integrate with online payment gateway, and for sign up, we can enable user sign up page. Okay, to view the log user, you can go to the logs module in the at the left. So you can see what is the username of the user that entered to the network. You can see the user IP, uh, time, and also station ID. So this one is for user logs, and this one is for user session. We can see the status of the user session, their uptime, download, and also upload. So from here we can see all the user session. Okay, to add the external radius, we can go to the radius inside the Winbox. We can see the radius and click on add. And for the services, you need to tick on hotspot, and then put the address and IP address uh, of the URL of the domain that you want to connect, and then for the shared secret key, and for the authentication port, this is the default the port, but you can use your own. For now, we use 1812 1813, and then you can just click on OK. Okay, for the we need to enable the radius. We need to click on incoming to set the port uh, of the you need to of the incoming, and then to enable radius for hotspot, we will go to the server profile. For example, you can see here we use the hotspot profile one. We need to enable the radius in the radius column. And then to connect this is the example, the login HTML for to redirect to connect the MikroTik hotspot with external captive portal. So from here we can see that the action is the domain. For example, this is for captive.syncroweb. But if you use other domain you can besides the URL, you can also input the IP here. For example, 192.168 .1.1 slash login slash MikroTik. So you can just change it from for the action. And then for the login HTML file, we will drag we will input the that file under hotspot folder. So from the Winbox, we can see the file list and drag the login.html and drag in under hotspot folder. So this is the example of landing page of Captive Portal. So this is the example, and alright, this is also the example. Okay. So if you guys have any question, you can ask me.